So now we're going to sing the 11 chords of Barbershop using the knowledge that we've got from the Harmonic series and Mr. Bernstein. Okay, so what we know is that if we were to sing, let's see, a major chord, how do you build it? Well, first of all, Bernstein told us that we learn to sing in unison, the bottom of the fundamental series. So we just sing the same notes. So basses, we pitch match. We sing in unison and we try to get this exactly the same between the basses. Alright, then Bernstein told us that we learn to sing in octaves with our wives and children and so on, and we sing in octaves. So we're going to tune the basses to the tenors. We build the octave, get that perfectly in tune. Then, going up the harmonic series, we've got the fundamental, the octave, then the fifth. Okay, so we add the fifth. So now we've got the octave, and we add the fifth there. And these are what we call lockable intervals. They lock together. The proportions are really simple. Twice, this vibrates twice for every one of this vibrates 3 times for every 2 of those. So, we lock this up. And now we have a chance of putting in the third, locking that in tune, which is too high on the piano by 14 cents. So we build this, unison basses, octave tenors, let's say that's the baritone part. We lock the fifth with the baritone, and then we give the leads, who do not sing in equal temperament, if at all costs do not sing in equal temperament, put their third in the right place. Okay, so that's how you build a major chord. Build a minor chord, same thing. Unison, get that in tune, octave in tune, fifth in tune, minor third is another way to do it. Okay, now let's go back to the major. So we have 2 chords, a minor and a major. Let's go back to the major chord, build it the way we do. And now what we're going to do, instead of having tenors on the high C, we're going to build a major triad by having unisons, then the fifth, then through in the third. And we've got now something to build a fifth off for the major seventh. So this is doable. This is an interval, but you can't place the tenors B natural, that is the seventh, the major seventh of the chord, unless you've got the third to build it off of. Well, yeah, you can build a major third here, that's what it is. And you can build a major seventh by itself, you'll get a resultant way down there. But what we've learned is that going up the harmonic series, you build the fifth first, then the third, that gives you a fifth to build here. And if those people are actually looking at each other and locking with the person they're singing with, you got a greater chance of hearing the note to lock with. Okay, that's how you do the major 7. A 6 chord is the same philosophy. So if you build the fifth first, you drop in the third, that tells you where this A is, a perfect fourth. So the same relationships apply and who to look at and so on. Okay, and the same would be with the Barbershop 7th chord. So we would lock the fifth, then put in the third, or the seventh, but the seventh is a little harder, it's higher up the series to get those ratios right, and it has a lot better chance if these are locked in. So if these are locked in, now we have the third in the right place. I'm not going to play it on the piano because it'll throw out the chances of getting that seventh. And hear how far out this seventh on the piano is. Okay, so that's how the order to do a dominant seventh. The fifth, then the third, then the seventh. And the same thing with the ninth. Although you could do this fifth, then this fifth, right? There's another fifth. You could do that first before dropping in the third. That's the ninth chord. So now we get into the diminished chords, and where they come from is actually from the 7th chord. It's just adding another third. So if we do this, take the root out of it, and throw in this, well, how the hell do we tune that? Well, that's our dreaded half diminished. What we do first is tune up this and get that happening, and then remove this, and now that gives something to tune this off of, because this is not a major third. This is minus 31 plus 4. Minus 31 plus 4, that's 35 cents too big instead of 14 too small. That means this is not a major third. This is like some sort of augmented, double augmented major third or something. And a major third is actually 14 cents too small. So minus 14 to plus 35 is what we want here. Makes this third, compared to the other one, 49 cents difference. There is half of a semitone, it's right in, there's half of a semitone difference between what we thought was a major third and what it actually is. Way bigger than a major third. So when we build this half diminished again, hardest chord, this is why. First build the fifth, and then the third and the seventh of a dominant seventh chord. When that is ringing true and people know the relationship and can hang on to this diminished chord, they can put another minor major third on top, but it's going to be a perfect fifth from here to here. So if these guys can come in and out and know where to go, and you can lock this fifth and then go back to here and then go to here, you've got how to build a half diminished chord. Getting the balance, that's another matter. Dynamics, play with them. There's theory behind it, but best use your ears. Okay, same process with the full diminished chord. So it comes from, and it actually comes from this, is the 16th, 17th harmonic. Not as, sorry Simon, but you got a great treatise there, but things have to belong in order for the resultants to not create a muddy picture like the piano. And it's very simple. You just need a 17th. Use a 15th. Why can't you use a 17th? That locks everything into its dominant relationship. And what that means is you tune the same way. You tune the fifth. Then put in the... Okay. And once we know that, if we even had the sound to tune to, and we put that in there, this will lock up. Now, typically what we call a lock, but it will produce the resultants that fit perfectly in the chord. More about this later. Trust me, that's where it goes. Alright, that's everything except for what has often been called the same chord. It isn't the same chord. If you call this a minor 6, just put this up here, we get a minor chord and a 6. Well, if you tune it that way, it's really not a minor chord because this is a minor third and so on. Yeah, dominant. You can, if you have a minor 6 chord and you tune it as a dominant ninth that we just did, yeah, it'll blend and beautiful sounding chord. Probably the most gorgeous chord there is. But if it's a minor 6 and you have to tune it as that, that means that you tune your minor third, your minor chord with a fifth, your minor third, and get that happening. And where this actually comes from, it's from the 10th, 12th, 15th, and 17th harmonics again. Oh, one more chord is the augmented chord, and that is simply build a major third, and then stop, build another major third, lock or ring that major third, go back to the first one, then put the two together. It does come from the harmonic series. The only place that you'll find, or the first place, the lowest place, because it'll happen for every octave to infinity, but the lowest place you'll find a major third to another major third is in the harmonic series. 8 to 10 is a ratio of 4 to 5. That's your major third. Yes, it's there. But how do you go So you're adding 25% to an 8, you get a 10. 20 to a 10 is a 1250. It's in between the 12th and the 13th harmonic. So it's actually the 12th and a half. The double is 25. It's up here. It's 25. And does that make sense? Yes, because here's your major third. The first place it occurs in the C series is between 4 and 5. Now, if we were to start on this 5 and make that the fundamental, where's the first time the third comes from there? Octave, 5th, octave, 3rd. And if you did it mathematically, you have, what is the 5th harmonic of the 5th harmonic? Well, that's 5 times 5. The 5th harmonic of the 5th harmonic is, so there it is, it's actually 25. So the lowest ratio you can have this is 25 to 20 to 16. 16 to 20 to 25. That's the ratio. There it is in the harmonic series. So what we want to do is actually sing each of these chords, either by pausing or by going back and starting over. And then, if we did all 4 voices and we sang it in 4 voices, and we got the idea but we couldn't tune it perfectly, I want to record it and show you, tune it in melodyne, thus proving the intonation, but also showing you what it sounds like when you blended these 4 voices in perfect ratios to each other, in perfect harmonic relationships to each other.